Hey guys, we're back again. This is my computer that I use for editing all of my videos, and I was having a bit of an issue with this thing. While I was trying to render those videos, the computer got up to 93% and then shut off. That was it. No more. So I tried it again just to see if maybe it was something, had gone wrong while I wasn't looking. Maybe there was an update or something, because I did walk off from it and I came back and it was just off. So the second time I tried it, that's when I realized that it got to 93% and then just died. So the third time that I did it, I went in there and I checked the thermals on it. I was going to retest the system again, try to render out the same video and see if it overheats. I will monitor the temperatures on that again, see where we get to on that. If it is overheating, we'll look at taking the cooler off from here and putting some new thermal paste on it, see if that works. If not, then I will have to look into possibly getting a liquid cooling system for this. I'll also go into the BIOS and double check in there, because I was running a slight overclock on it, but I'll try to take that away and see if that fixes the problem, and we'll just go from there with that. So you guys stay with me for a minute here while I set this up and try to get that figured out. So I reran several tests on this machine and went through all of the renders that I was trying to do inside, and they actually completed, and it didn't shut down. Everything was fine, but I was watching the temperatures on them, and it started off regular, and then it started going up. It didn't take very long at all for it to get to 60, and then from 60, just after a few percent, it was at 70, then 80, and then after it hit 80, it dropped back down to 76, but then started climbing again. And then once it got to around 93, I think it was, it went back down again and started then going back up. Right at the very end of the render, it finally had gotten to 100.3 degrees Celsius. It finished the render and then took several minutes for it to go back down. I'm thinking that the reason why it was able to finish without overheating is because I have the air conditioner on out here in the shop, whereas in the house, whenever I was rendering that video, I think that I did not remember to turn my air conditioner on. That's probably a good thing that I discovered that, because I wasn't actually paying attention to the temperatures on this thing. So had it not shut off on me at that time, it's very likely that I would have continued using it at upwards of 100 degrees every single time that I rendered a video, and that would not have been a great deal. So anyways, I'm glad that I found that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this thing apart. We're going to clean off the CPU cooler here. We're going to see if maybe there's some dust built up in it. I'm going to recheck the thermal paste just to make doubly for sure that I have enough of that on there. And we will rerun the tests after I put the thermal paste back on and reseat everything, after I've cleaned everything else out. And if it's still running hot, then my next thing that I'm going to look into is getting some water cooling equipment, and I'll just go ahead and throw that into this machine. I really wasn't wanting to do that because of the maintenance. I just wanted the convenience of having the air cooler, where I just stick it in there and I forget about it for 10 years, and I go back in there and I'm like, oh, I should have blew the dust out of that thing. Poof, call it a day. But the frequency in which you actually have to service a properly done water-cooled loop, if you don't put any of the dyes or pigments in your water or anything like that, and you treat it with the solution or whatever, that it will last. I mean, it's a year from now maybe I'll have to take it down and clean it out and do something with it. It's not like I'm going to have to do it monthly or something crazy like that. So it's not too bad that I would have to do that. I really just wanted to not have to do it. But if I have to, then I have to. I do like this cooler that came with the 3800X is the Wraith Prism, and it's you know, it's got RGB on it, and everybody knows that RGB adds 10% to your FPS count in games, so I'm going to be sad to let that go. But I do still have RGB on the RAM and on the other fans, so it won't be super bad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tear all this apart. I'm going to get in there, I'm going to check out my cooler and make sure that it's good and clean. I'm going to double check the thermal paste, and then we'll see what happens after that, after I get done with everything. Rerun those tests. We'll watch the temperatures again. If they go way back right up there, then, you know, not great. Let's get that started right now. Alright, that test has finished, and the maximum temperature on this thing was 90.1 degrees. The temps went up pretty quickly, as I imagined they would. We didn't see anywhere near what we were at before. That's 10 whole degrees lower than what it was before. Still pretty toasty, but there was an improvement. Overall, I think that will probably get us a long ways with this. Probably still not the best. Now, whenever I get my 5800X in a couple of days, I will, of course, have to rerun these same tests again with that CPU. I'll see where we stand with that. If we end up getting somewhere near this in temperature again, well, I'm going to have to start looking into maybe getting that water cooling put into this thing. Overall, I don't think this will be too bad for now. As I said, I will be replacing this CPU in a couple of days, and I will try to see what the temperatures are off of that one. If they are still close to this, then I will start looking into something better than what I have now. Some type of water cooling solution, and we'll go from there with that. If you like this type of content, getting back to computer stuff and off of the camera for the time being, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know that you enjoyed this. If you didn't like this, or if you have any other questions about anything, go ahead and hit me up in the comments section below, and I'd love to talk to you guys about that. If you're not already subscribed to this channel and you want to make sure that you don't miss anything coming up, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click on that bell icon so that you get notified of future videos as they come out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care.